Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. In today's journey, we are still in the parish of St. Catherine. We are heading towards the Highway 2000, or the PJ Patterson leg of Highway 2000. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this journey with me. Now, yesterday, we brought you a story, and I told you that an American national, he was arrested and charged at the Sangster International Airport. This is after he was leaving the island on Monday, December 12th. He was checking in and his carry-on luggage was checked and found to contain 2 rounds of 9mm cartridges. Like I told you yesterday evening when I dropped the video, he was slated to go to court earlier in the day yesterday. Well, he went to the Montego Bay Parish Court and he was fined 30,000 Jamaican dollars. The fine was paid, and I am suspecting that Reece, Horne, Kayton, he's by now back in the United States of America, or he's on his way home. Now, some people, they are going to be asking what happened to the 15 years. Now, I am still reading through the new Firearms Act, and I am planning to do a video summarizing what the new act entails, or what the amended act entails. But one thing we must look at is this. Was there any criminal intent on the part of Reece? I know. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. But the big question is, was there any criminal intent? I pointed out yesterday that Reece, he's a hunter in the United States of America. So it is easy, or it is reasonable to conclude that this was a mistake on his part. I told you this before. I am a tour bus operator. Well, in recent times, I am not so active on that scene, but whenever I used to carry guests to the airport, I always ask them, do you have any weed in your luggage? Do you have any guns or bullets in your luggage? You know, I saved a lot of guests or a lot of tourists in doing that. On about 3 different occasions, I have taken bullets from guests, which I eventually hand over to the police. Countless times, I have taken weed from them, because some of them, they think that because they can go into a store and buy weed and smoke it in Jamaica, they can take it back with them to the USA. So, tour bus drivers, bellhop at hotels, tour guides, talk to your guests about these things, because some of them simply do not know. And guess what? Yeah man, guess what? We need them to come back to Jamaica. We need, when them go back to them country, them can tell a friend to come back to Jamaica. That is the honest truth. In this next story, for the past 8 years and 3 weeks, that Hoodlum on your screen, and that is the only photograph available of him. So, like I was saying, for the past 8 years and 3 weeks, that Hoodlum, he has been on the Hanover police most wanted list. His name is Eric Clarke, but he's popularly known as Legacy. Legacy is now 54 years old, and he's from Cashel in the parish of Hanover. Legacy, he celebrated his 46th birthday on Sunday, November 16, 2014. 4 days later, on Thursday, November 20, 2014, Legacy, he had a dispute with a man named Gafta Grant. He was popularly known as Reece. This was at Cashel in the parish of Hanover, where both of them were from. It is said that in the full view of several persons, Legacy, he used a machete to inflict several chop wounds to Reece, who died as a result. Since then, the Hanover police, they have been searching for Legacy. Every most wanted list that the Hanover police put out since then, Legacy was on it. He was proven to be very elusive, but in recent times, many women living in the Cashel area, they were afraid because some rapes were taking place in the area, and it is suspected that Legacy, he was the culprit. So, yesterday, Tuesday, December 13, 2022, about some minutes after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. A team of police officers, they were on patrol in the area when they received intelligence that Legacy, he was hiding out in the Cashel area. As a result, the officers went to a two-apartment house in the area. They searched the house and bingo. The once elusive Eric Clarke, popularly known as Legacy, who many persons had seen as a madman before November 20, 2014, he was found in a room in the house, hiding under a bed. As a result, he was taken into police custody where he was charged for the offense of murder. We are told that other charges are pending also. So, let me ask you something. Do you think Legacy could be on the run for such a long time if he was not being supported by persons in the same Cashel area? You think so? Ah boy. Intelligencers, big up on yourself. Hanover police, job well done. Now, in this next incident, this one took place right across from the playfield at Bamboo Walk in Retreat in the parish of St. Mary. It took place Monday night, December 12, 2022, almost 10 o'clock. So, this is what we are learning. Two men, they were standing along the roadway from across the playfield. One of them, his name is Travan Davis, but he's popularly known as DATTY. He is 21 years old and he was a chef. He lived in the same Bamboo Walk area. The other man, his name is Odane Edwards, but he was popularly known as, is it SIKIE or SIKIE? I'm going to stick with SIKIE. SIKIE, he is 38 years old and he was a construction worker. He's from the same Bamboo Walk area, but he was living and working in Toronto, Canada. Like I said, they were both standing along the roadway across from the playfield when a grey Toyota Probox motorcar drove up and stopped. It is said that hoodlums, armed with guns, they jumped out of the Probox. They opened gunfire at the two men. DATTY, he was hit in his head and he immediately fell to the ground. SIKIE, he ran off and he was chased by the hoodlums who caught up with him and opened gunfire at him at point blank range. The hoodlums, they then boarded the grey Toyota Probox and they made good their escape in the gale direction. Both men, they were rushed to the Sentence Bay Hospital by a family member of one of the men, but they were pronounced DEAD on arrival at the hospital. We are told that when this crime scene was processed, 12 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Something. You know, whenever I say this and whenever I'm chuckling, a lot of persons are saying I'm taking bad things. Make laugh. But you see, I keep telling people, you know, if you don't chuckle, if you don't laugh, all kind of ailments are going to be coming at you. So whenever you can, take time out to laugh. Because these stories that I'm carrying, nobody feel... Anyhow, if you have not yet hit on the love button, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell, then click all. So that whenever we upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. In the final story for today, this incident, we are going to be updating it in a subsequent video, but it took place this morning, Wednesday, December 14, 2022, about 10:30. It took place at Yarkbush in the Mount Carey area in the parish of St. James. Now, on September 13 this year, I carried a story on this channel. I'm going to go back over that story so that you can better understand where we are now. On that date, I told you that there has been a lot of outrage across the island about an incident that took place the previous day, Monday, September 12, 2022, about some minutes after 9 o'clock in the morning. This incident, it took place in the same area where this one that I'm going to tell you about took place. It took place at Yarkbush in the Mount Carey area in the parish of St. James. So, this is what we are learning. There was a hoodlum in the area. His name is Anthony Angus, but he's popularly known as Tony. If you look on your screen, those are photographs of Tony. Tony, he was a chopper. Yeah man, he was a scammer. And he made some money out of the game. This is what the guys who are involved call it. It is said that Tony, he squandered his money and he got broke. But when he was making money, like some of these scammers do, they bought guns. So Tony, he turned to the guns that he had bought with some of the scamming money. It is said that over time, Tony, he has been in and out of jail. It is also said that Tony, he started a small gang in the area and he started extorting money from people in the community. In late May 2022, that man on your screen, his name is MvRdA, but he was popularly known as Nick. Nick was 36 years old and he lived at the same yard bush in the Mount Carey area. Nick was at his home when he was approached by a lone hoodlum armed with a gun. The hoodlum, he fired several shots at Nick. Nick managed to run off, but the hoodlum chased him and managed to pump a few bullets in him. He died as a result. It was said at the time that Tony, he was responsible for the killing of Nick, and Nick was killed because he failed to pay over extortion money to Tony and his gang. We are learning that Tony, he was responsible for many crimes in the area, including the shooting up of cars. So, those two gentlemen on your screen, the one to your left, his name is Mr. Gilbert Jackson, but he was popularly known as Jacko. On November 25, Jacko, he would have celebrated his 56th birthday. Jacko was a cabinet maker. The other man, his name is Mr. Henry Saman, but he was popularly known as Gasman Joe. On October 23, Gasman Joe, he would have celebrated his 65th birthday. He was called Gasman Joe because if you are at home, in the area or in the surroundings, and you run out of cooking gas, once you call Gasman Joe, he's gonna deliver a full cylinder of cooking gas to you, at a cost of course. It is said that Tony and his gang, they were extorting Gasman Joe and Jacko. Remember now, you know, these two men, they are not scammers. They are hard-working gentlemen. It is said that Jacko and Gasman Joe, they were paying over some of the extortion money. But Tony, he decided that he wanted more. Both Gasman Joe and Jacko, they told him, them can't pay no more. So, like we told you, Jacko, he was a cabinet maker and he had just finished up a job and he had asked his friend Gasman Joe, who drove a green Suzuki pickup truck, to assist him in delivering it to the customer. On the morning of Monday, September 12, 2022, about some minutes after 9 o'clock, broad daylight, Gasman Joe and Jacko, they were in the pickup truck and they were on their way to deliver the cupboards. They were driving from Yardbush towards the Mount Carey main road when we are told that on reaching a certain section of the road, Anthony Angus, also known as Tony, and another of his cronies, both of them were armed with guns. They stepped out into the road and opened a barrage of gunshots at both men who were in the vehicle. Both Jacko and Gasman Joe, they received gunshot wounds to their upper body. We are told that the vehicle, it ran off the road into a ditch. The two hoodlums, they then made good their escape. Both men, they died as a result. The police, they were called and we are told that when this crime scene was processed, a number of 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. So, Anthony Angus, also known as Tony, he was seen and he was immediately identified as one of the shooters. Later that night, the police, they carried out a raid at Tony's house, but he was not seen. That lady on your screen, that's Tony's mother. Her name is Melvalyn Cross. I'm not sure of her age, but she was taken into custody by the police. It was said by persons in the area that Miss Melvalyn Cross, she was always backing Tony in his wrongs. Miss Cross, she was eventually released from police custody. Anthony Angus, he was placed on the St. James Police most wanted list, and despite several appeals for Tony to give up himself to the police, he did not. On Friday, October 7, 2022, after almost 1 month on the run, Anthony Angus, also known as Tony, he was held by a team of police officers at a house at Burn Savannah in the parish of St. Elizabeth. Tony, he was taken back to St. James, where he was arrested and charged for the offense of murder for Gasman Joe and Jacko. Tony is still in police custody. Now, remember I told you that some persons in the area, they were saying that Tony's mother, Melvalyn Cross, was always defending him in his wrongs. Now, I have no concrete evidence that this is true, but a lot of persons reached out to me and said the same thing. Well, this morning, Wednesday, December 14, 2022, about 10:30, the house where Tony used to live and the house where his mother and other family members are living, that house was shot up by hoodlums. Tony's mother, Melvalyn Cross, she was shot and killed, and another female was shot and injured. I'm getting information that that female is one of Tony's sister, but that is not yet confirmed. In a subsequent video, I will be giving you more details surrounding this shooting. In the meantime, the mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no go can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like